In a union, the loss of one is the loss of all, which can also be rephrased as an injury to one is an injury to all. This is why the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC is in mourning and angry mood following the tragic death of a distinguished activist and intellectual, Abiodun Aremu. He was killed in a hit-and-run incident on Sunday, the 12th of October in Ifo, Ogun State. The NLC called for a thorough investigation, describing his death as a significant loss. The union said the greatest tribute to Aremu will be to carry forward his ideals and actions. I mean, our heart goes out to the NLC, especially NLC in Ogun State, on the tragic death of Abiodun Aremu. But Biko, talk to me. They're calling for investigation, but what are the specific circumstances surrounding Abiodun Aremu's death that prompted the NLC to demand a probe?
Well, debt is a debt that we all owe. Debt, as in D-E-B-T.
Yes.
We will die someday. But it's really painful the manner in which Abiodun Aremu has died. I got to know Abiodun Aremu in 1985, 86, when I was in the Kwara State College of Technology, now known as Kwara Poly. He contested and won the presidency of the student union by an audacious margin. My own friend contested for the position of social secretary. I was the campaign manager, and we lost the election to the guy that we used to call Asumo. But I picked up so many lessons during that time as a young student in his teenage years. How to campaign, how to rouse fellow students. And I eventually got interested in student union activism because of Arimsin. We used to call him Arimsin. And when the protests over the killing of some ABU students happened, as well as protests over structural adjustment program, Arimsin would even go as far as mobilizing the students of the University of Ilorin. Because at that time, the culture of student activism in the Kwara State College of Polytechnic was richer than that of the University of Ilorin. In fact, a former PRO of the Kwara State College of Technology became, when he went to University of Ilorin, he became the president of the school.
Of the school, really?
Yes. So Kwara College of Tech, in terms of student journalism, student journalism was much more vibrant there than the University of Ilorin. I went to both schools, so I know what I'm talking about. And thanks to people like Arimsin, once Arimsin begins to talk, all our guests, the boys, everybody wanted to listen. Once he raised that hand up, he's gesticulating in this way, he had the capacity to move millions. And he was committed right up to his death. It's not the sort of activist that you see making so much noise in daytime and hobnobbing with the oppressors in the night. You will not see him driving flashy cars because he was committed through and through. And he was such a fantastic mobilizer of men and women, using the instrumentality of the Joint Action Front, because that group was like the umbrella body for other civil society groups when it's time to mobilize people for protests against removal of subsidy or any form of action meant to fight for the rights of our people, meant to protect the interests of the downtrodden. You will see Abiodun Aremu in the forefront. Extremely committed Marxism, Leninism. He was committed, and he died a committed activist.
That's true.
Marxism, Leninism, he was really grounded in it, because today, so those literatures, people don't read those literatures anymore. But those literatures shaped
That's true.
the lives of so many people,
Exactly.
including me. Because we will read, and once we read, we then determine,
Try to-
okay, we have to fight for people. Look at the way it's been described. This is one of the best that I've seen Ajaero write. He described him as a committed revolutionary who devoted his life to defending the rights of workers and the oppressed. And NUPENG described him as an irreplaceable pillar of workers' liberation. The African movement described him as a beacon of ideological clarity and true Pan-Africanist. When you listen to Abiodun Aremu speak, you see a man, not just a committed activist, but a thoroughly clear-headed, brilliant man. I don't know why he should die in the manner that he has died, but none of us can choose
The way
the way we die and where we die. Because it was a philosopher who said, good journalists, like great soldiers, don't always die on their beds. And any time I'm going out to do a story, either in Borno or anywhere, I know it could be my last. The people have never ventured to do the kind of stories that we do, that can take our lives if we are unlucky. They think that when they see soldiers around you, that means you cannot die. But they've forgotten, you see, silly people, they've not got brains to think. They've forgotten that even soldiers get killed by bandits, by terrorists. Even soldiers get ambushed. What if we are going to do a story somewhere? They gave me 5 gun trucks or 9 gun trucks, and we get ambushed. There's no military tactic as effective as the ambush. Because the enemy will catch you by surprise.
Unawares. Before
Before you even come out of your trucks to... They kill people. What if the enemy rams a vehicle-borne IED? I mean, so just so that we let people know that this is not how to think.
The risk is the risk.
the risk is
You see,
there.
when you take that risk, when you make up your mind, you are going to Briningwari or you are going anywhere, you know that it could be your last. I've read so many books in my life that I know that any time I'm going to a dangerous place, I have no fear at all. I know that anything can happen. Because that quote,
that good journalists don't die on their beds.
it's a good journalist, like great soldiers, don't always die on their beds.
Absolutely. But just on wrapping this up because of our time, but because what is the NLC saying on this matter? What are they demanding?
Okay, just because of time, because I need to talk a bit about Abiodun Aremu. You know, I didn't know him as far as the 80s.
Yeah, I'll just give you 1 minute.
Yeah,
because of our time.
but as a journalist, I can tell you for free that I recall when some activists, even Labour NLC that we're talking about, were going to retreat, Abiodun Aremu continued the struggle.
From
in
the
2012.
front.
Yeah, from the front. It was tear gas. It continued on that Ikorodu road. I'm talking about Abiodun Aremu. I
the
recall
2012.
very well. He's always very convinced. Even when NLC, you know, the normal accusation is, oh, they've been spoken to, they've been talked down, they've been offered bribe. He said, we are not backing down. You know, they are the people behind the protest. Why they ones will go for strike and the stuff. But when it comes to facing the gun, facing the establishment, Abiodun Aremu has always been at the forefront of this job. That's the Joint Action Front. So kudos to him. And talking about what NLC is saying, yes, it is expected that they should raise this. You know, we don't know the real outcome, whether it is a deliberate attempt to have him killed because of what it stands for. It's fine, but you know, we cannot make any conclusion now. And I think it's in order for the death to be proved, but they should just accept the outcome.
Great people also die in similar circumstances.
Exactly.
The man who sang Sweet Mother.
Oh, yeah. What's that his name again?
He died. He was
Nico Abaga.
Prince Nico Mbaga. Prince Nico Mbaga. This was how he died. You know, I think on a bike and he was swept
was
off.
this Sun newspaper, you know, when he was
yes, Dimgwa Igwe. Former deputy editor of the Concord Group. He was deputy to Mike Awoyinfa, and Awoyinfa was editor-in-chief. More
like his twin brother.
This was how he died. He was exercising. And then he got rammed. So people die in similar circumstances. Great people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, sometimes it just, an accident can happen. You know, but to kill a man in this manner and run away shows that some people don't have conscience.
All right, gentlemen, our heart goes out to him and his family and also